The construction of the spiritual garden is paramount for a civilized society. Xiefeng. The invisible factors determine the nature of visible things. If humanity desires to step into a civilized society, relying solely on visible elements such as systems, power, laws, wealth distribution systems, weapons, relief, or charity is futile. Only by purifying the hearts of every global citizen, ensuring that there are no weeds or toxic plants in their spiritual gardens, can this goal be achieved. Human behavior is determined by consciousness, and consciousness is the spiritual garden. The components within one's consciousness decide whether the spiritual garden is beautiful or ugly. When someone's consciousness is filled with worship and pursuit of money and power, an arrogance that seeks to dominate others, and psychological elements like comparison, jealousy, hatred, and greed, they are bound to bring harm to others and society. If the construction of the spiritual garden is neglected, officials will engage in corruption and abuse of power, intellectuals will flatter the powerful and distort truth, vendors will substitute the genuine with the fake, businesses will deceive and poison, and citizens will scheme and harm one another. Gambling, drinking, adultery, fraud, theft, and other vices will flourish. Seasons will fall out of order, societal systems will descend into chaos, and few will be able to achieve a beautiful life. Without the proper construction of the spiritual garden, societal operating costs will skyrocket, interactions between people will be rife with conflict and contradictions, trust will be lost, and individuals will become selfish, deceitful, and cunning. Familial, friendly, and romantic relationships will turn into tools or stepping stones for personal gain. Political, commercial, and romantic arenas will devolve into casinos and battlefields. The powerful will live in fear of annihilation, the wealthy in fear of kidnapping, and ordinary people will become mobs. Does the existence of nations serve any purpose? Nations have existed for thousands of years, but apart from bringing war, plunder, and erecting barriers and borders, what have they truly contributed to human society? With slogans like "America First" and every country adopting a "My Country First" policy, the result is inevitably brutal competition and the impossibility of peace. The strong oppress the weak, and nuclear blackmail and threats are prime examples of this. Has the existence of religion been beneficial? Religion has existed for millennia, yet has it brought peace, happiness, blessing, or tranquility to humanity? Can anesthetized souls truly experience joy, freedom, and happiness? Can a closed-off consciousness still dream of going to heaven? Is the existence of law effective? Take a look, what country does not have laws? Nations around the world have created laws in abundance, covering all aspects of life, yet can they prevent wars and conflicts? Can they enable the underprivileged to lead prosperous, happy lives? Can they guarantee freedom of movement or the freedom to say no? A currently pervasive judgment, illegal immigration, deserves scrutiny. If legal immigration were possible, who would risk their life to immigrate illegally? Who does not love their homeland? If people could survive in their own hometowns, who would choose to traverse mountains and seas to seek a livelihood elsewhere? What is law? Anything that enables people to live joyfully, freely, and happily is law. Anything that hinders joy, freedom, and happiness cannot be called law. The earth itself is but a small village in the vastness of space. Allowing the free migration of this village's inhabitants, that is true law. If illegal immigration is deemed a crime, then every human on earth is an illegal immigrant because no one was here at the inception of the planet. Where did you come from? Did you illegally immigrate to Earth from another celestial body? In America, apart from the indigenous peoples, everyone else is essentially an illegal immigrant. Fundamentally, the United States is a stronghold of illegal immigration. If its own illegal immigration is considered justifiable, why should subsequent illegal immigrants be deemed unjustifiable? Isn't America's strength today the result of illegal immigration? Why then expel illegal immigrants? Allow every person on Earth to illegally immigrate to the US, and the entire Earth becomes America. Wouldn't that be a good thing? How many places that strictly restrict outsiders are truly civilized, prosperous, and strong? To every entrepreneur, reflect on this: where do most of your time and energy go? Is it not spent on handling interpersonal relationships? Are the costs of managing these relationships not exceedingly high? If everyone on earth had a beautiful spiritual garden, would you still need to sacrifice sleep, worry, and anguish? To every individual, think about it: aren't the things that trouble, pain, and distress you the most in life caused by people? The powerful bully you, the powerless deceive you, and those close to you betray you. If the spiritual gardens of everyone you encounter were perfect, where would toxic food come from? Where would extortion, fraud, and theft come from? History must be examined, reality must be scrutinized, and authority must be questioned. Otherwise, the path forward will only grow narrower and more treacherous. Humanity needs a collective purification of its spirit. This is the best path toward a world of favorable weather, universal peace, and a life of joy and fulfillment for all. November 23, 2024.